Okay, so I am a little bit fearful of doing this episode today because I'm going to be talking about Instagram. And I was one of those marketers back in the day when Instagram started to become popular for marketing that said, I don't like Instagram. I don't understand Instagram. I'm going to stick to like Facebook or what I know, because obviously I've been online for ever and ever and ever. And now I'm talking about Instagram. But we go where things work, I guess, right? For our business. Now, if you could add just one more minute to your Instagram marketing strategy and get way more of the right people to see your posts, would you want to know what to do? Of course, right? Well, in this episode, I want to share with you what I recently learned about Instagram hashtags and how to better use them on Instagram for your business. Let's dive in. Welcome to episode 271. My name is Tanya, Aliza, and I help you grow your brand, grow your business, grow your influence, all online using social media. And I come out each and every week to share with you tips and strategies that I'm using in my business. And I've built a multiple seven-figure brand and business over the years. So these things work. If you are new to the channel, make sure that you get subscribed and drop me a comment and let me know what you like most at the end of the episode. So there's been a big evolution of hashtags on Instagram. And some people are even saying, like, are hashtags even really still worth it? And the answer is yes, they are still worth it to help categorize your content and help people to find your stuff on Instagram. And hashtags are almost like keywords are to YouTube or Google. And they also allow your content to be shown to the right people. So if you have the right hashtags, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute, then it will help ensure that your posts that you're doing on your Instagram actually show up in the feeds and the search feeds, the search spotlights of the right people out there for your business, for your products, and for your services and your brand. So yes, hashtags are still an essential part of your Instagram marketing strategy. Now, it's important to understand the core hashtag types. I'm going to be talking about this in a minute. And it's also important to know how to find the right hashtags to include on your posts and in your stories on Instagram. Now, before I dive into this, if you tune in each week, you know that I like to equip you with a free resource that goes with the episode to take this strategy even further and to amplify it. So this week, since we're talking about social media related type stuff, I want you to have the right post ideas for your business that drive sales. So I put together 25 social media post ideas that help you drive sales for your business. And you can pick up these ideas. And yes, they work for any business type. You can pick up these ideas over on the blog at tanyaaliza.com/271. And I'll leave a link in the description area of where you're watching this video. If you click it, it'll take you to my blog. Right underneath this video on the blog, there's a big yellow button. Click it and you can request access for free to my 25 social media post examples that drive sales that you can use in any business niche or brand at all. Because you got to know what to post before you add hashtags. I hope you enjoy them. Okay, so I'm going to explain the core type of hashtags, and there's a few of them. And the reason why you got to understand the core hashtag types is because you want to have a mix of each of these types on your post that you're doing on Instagram. So the first type of core hashtag is branded hashtags. So what branded hashtags are hashtags that you create for your brand. So they're not necessarily well-known or widely used hashtags or even widely searched hashtags. However, the reason why you would want to use a branded hashtag is to start building brand awareness and start building up that tag reputation. And it's almost like an inner community conversation that you're training your audience to see and know. And when they see that hashtag, they know that it's branded to you and your business. The second core hashtag is location hashtags. So these are more or less if you want people to find you in some sort of local community, either a city or a region, or even like a shopping mall or plaza that has a specific name associated to it. So you could have hashtag Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Chapel Hill, NC. You know, if I really wanted to make my posts well known in my local area, maybe I'm doing an event of some kind, or maybe you have a promotion or a sale or an outdoor picnic or lunch or meetup or something that you're doing, or maybe you do have a local business and you really want to make sure that your posts are being shown under that location hashtag. We have location hashtags as part of our core group of hashtags. Then we have niche interest hashtags. So niche interest are just like they're said. So let's say you have a health and wellness business, or maybe you're a fitness instructor or expert or influencer, or maybe you're a beauty influencer. That would be a specific niche. So there are many niche specific hashtags that when you use these hashtags, people who are a part of and like these types of niches, like people who are into health and wellness, people who are into fitness, they'll follow these types of hashtags, or they'll like related posts that are associated with these hashtags. So if you start using these niche specific hashtags on your posts, they're going to most likely show up in some of these people's news feeds or search feeds as related posts that they might be interested in. So niche interest hashtags are really, really important to use. The other type of core hashtag is broad interest hashtags. Now, I don't use these too much, but these are where you can really go viral, but you have to ask yourself, is your goal in business to go viral and collect a bunch of followers that are not necessarily your best potential customers? And, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could try it if you want with your brand. So broad interests are, for example, hashtag love, hashtag TGIF, hashtag throwback Thursday. So these are more like big hashtags. They're very broad. They don't really have like a very specific group of people that they're going to be bringing, that you want to kind of attract to your business. But these are the hashtags that are very broad, typically have millions and millions and millions of posts related to them, and they're all over the place. They don't really have like a centralized focus. But if you want to test some of your posts, maybe they can go viral, maybe you want to test it one or two, you can use a broad interest hashtag. We also have seasonal hashtags. So for example, hashtag it's fall y'all, or hashtag bikini season. So these are specifically related to a certain season. They're not necessarily like evergreen or timeless. So if you have a post and it's related to maybe a fall promotion that you're doing, or maybe if you're in weight loss or fitness and you really help people get bikini ready because that season is around the corner, you could search for and use seasonal hashtags. Okay, so now that you understand the core group of hashtags, remember what I said, you want to sort of use a few different ones and mix and match them in your post to get the most exposure to the right audience for your post and for your business when you do your post. So now that you know the mix that we're kind of going for, we need to go and find hashtags that are going to be perfect for your post and for your business so that you put your posts in front of the right people for your products and services. So how do you do that? Well, there's a few different steps. Step number one is you have to understand who the right person is. You've got to understand your tribe. So I talk about this a lot, and I'll link to a post in the show notes where I help you to really understand and dissect who your tribe is. Because if you're showing up on social media, you need to know who you're creating posts for, who you're showing up for, who you're helping, who your best potential client is. And it's not everybody, all right? It's a very specific somebody. So you have to know who that is before you can go out there and find the hashtags that this group of people, this tribe of yours, is actually going to be most attracted to. So step number one, understand who your potential best customer is. Who is your tribe? Who is that right person that you are trying to attract? Step number two, now you know who that is you want to make a list of potential topics that your tribe might be searching for or interested in. And just make a list of all of the things that you can think of, these topics that they might be interested in. And the way that I use Instagram to kind of figure this out is I do use the search feature on Instagram, and I just go there and I start writing in the topics. And then as I'm writing in the topics, you can go to the different tabs that Instagram currently has. And one of the tabs is tags. Tags are the hashtags. So once you kind of think about the topic, you put that into the search bar on your Instagram app, and then you would click search more. And then what you want to do from there is go over to tags, and it'll show you some of the most popular tags that are used in regards to those topics. Step number three is you want to keep a document or a spreadsheet that lists out these hashtags and topics that you research that your tribe would be interested in or they're searching for. That way, whenever you make your social media posts, you don't have to do research all the time. You can just go back to the research that you've already done and you can grab some of those tags and use them in your posts. Step number 4 is what I like to call piggyback the big dogs. So what you want to do is search on Instagram for some of the top influencers in your niche that have a similar audience that you are trying to get in front of and attract. You want to go check out some of their posts and you want to see what hashtags they are using, and you can swipe and copy and use some of those same hashtags for your post too. And this way you piggyback off of the big dogs. So this is how to find the best hashtags. Now that you know how to find the hashtags, you also know how to categorize those hashtags in what core hashtag they are. When you do your posts on Instagram now, you want to include a mix of the core hashtags that are relevant to your post based on the research that you've done. Now, one question that I know a lot of my viewers are going to ask is, Tanya, where do you put the hashtags? And the answer is right now, as I'm filming this video, you want to put those hashtags right in the post description itself. You do not want to include the hashtags in the comments section. Some people have been doing this and it's actually not helping the post. When you post in the comments, it actually has to be attached to the post description and caption itself. And I'll link to an article that Hootsuite just did in the show notes all about how Instagram is looking at hashtags in comments versus hashtags in posts. And basically they're not even regarding the hashtags in the comment section. So you want to make sure when you do your hashtags, put it right in the post caption and description area. And another question I know some of my viewers are going to ask is, well, how many hashtags do you put in a post? I would say 5 to 10. Don't go more than 10. It just looks weird and it just looks like you're trying too hard, but you don't need to have many. You just need to have a few of the right hashtags. So 5 to 10 is what I would recommend. And just a pro tip, remember that when you include your hashtags on your posts, make sure that these hashtags are relevant to what it is that you're posting and who it is that you're attracting. So if you're using a hashtag that has nothing to do with the post, it's not going to help you. In fact, it might hurt you in the algorithm. And remember, I will say this again and again. The goal is not followers. The goal is revenue and business. Okay, so now you know how to find the right hashtags for your Instagram posts. And hopefully by doing this, it's going to get your posts in front of more of the right people. And by doing that, hopefully it generates more business for you. That is the ultimate goal. And remember, I put together 25 social media post ideas for you that drive sales. And you can go and get that absolutely free over on my blog at tanyaaliza.com/271. We'll leave a link in the show notes area of where you're watching this video, but make sure to go grab that. It's free and it will absolutely help you create better posts that are profitable, and using hashtags now on these posts should amplify that even more. All right, my friend, I hope you got a ton of value from today. And if you did, make sure to share this with anybody that you think might find value in it as well. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, drop me a comment and let me know what you loved most. And I will see you next week on Tanya Aliza TV.